welcome to part 2 of our 40k 8th edition unboxing.
You thought we were finished with the big Dark Imperium box set, oh no.
We did have a rather big box come through the post.
Yes, yeah. So, any new release needs its sort of little extras, and Games Workshop have really gone to town with additions to the new rules.
Yeah.
So you had the starter box, which is fine if you're new to the game.
Yeah, most people just need the starter box. You don't need any of this other stuff that's with it, but then the nice additions to your collection, playing aids, and just awesome stuff, really. Yeah.
So what have we got, Matt?
We have got, so first of all, let's have a look at wound trackers. So, in the new edition of 40k, things have got wounds, a lot of wounds.
A lot of wounds.
So vehicles have got, I think, Lehman Russ about 12 wounds, something like that. You've got ridiculous greater demons with more than that. Titans have, I imagine, got, I don't know, 20, 30 wounds. Probably more. We haven't seen the rules for them yet because they're still on the way from Forge World.
Lots of Tyranid beasties with 7 or 8 wounds.
Yeah, and even characters are probably about 8 wounds a piece, I think, for a standard character. Mm-hmm. So in order to deal with that, Games Workshop brought out these wound trackers. They're basically 10-sided dice. I don't know if you can see there. 10-sided dice in 2 colours, so you can track up to 100 wounds, really, if you use one for units and one for 10s. So they're really cool. Nice green 2-tone colour. 40k, isn't it?
It's 40k.
Awesome. On the dice front, because we do like dice over here at
we do
Brews.
like I've got my Death Watch dice. You've got your various army dice.
Yeah,
you've got to theme these things.
So to help with one of the new mechanics in the game is command points, which you generate depending on how you've built your army. Mm-hmm. So to track them, you could just use normal dice, but we've all done it. There's a dice line on the side, you pick it up and roll it. Oh no, how many command points have we got left? So to differentiate them, they've brought out these command dice. So, oops, I don't know if you can see them there, let's just focus a little bit. They've got a different design on, so a skull with a number they can use to track your command points. Then also at the bottom, I think you should be able to see there, there's also some special dice representing the different stratagems and orders and things you can do during the game. So, for example, you might put a dice down when something's advanced because it means it can't charge, or maybe something's come in this turn. You've put a certain buff on a certain unit.
Because when the war's at its thickest, sometimes you forget these things.
Yeah, most of the time you're going to remember, but when there's lots of units on the board and it's a big game, it might help to have a couple of dice just to remind you. Now, I used to use the old epic dice, but I think the symbols on here are kind of a bit more refined to 40k, so you know what relates to what, which is cool. Also on the Warhammer community site, they've put a post up detailing what each of the sides of the dice relates to. But I think they're fairly self-explanatory, really. Yeah,
I noticed one's got like a drop pod and stuff.
Yeah, and one for charges, one for advance. So, yep, they're pretty cool. So that's all the dice that we've got. Now we haven't got any limited edition tape measures this time round. I did like the old compass style thing from Warhammer 8th edition, but we do have a combat gauge. Now we've seen one of these previously for Age of Sigmar. And it's pretty much just a piece of plastic with every facing's got a different distance on it. So you can use it to track coherency, to see how far you can pile in.
I think it's 1 to 3 inches is indicated on there. 0.5. Oh right, yeah.
So, obviously you can't move within an inch of an opponent unit until you've charged. Your piling moves 3 inches. So, yeah, you could use a tape, but it's a handy little tool to have just to measure those distances on the fly during the game. Definitely not essential, but pretty cool. It's also got 2 designs, so you've got the Imperial Eagle on one side, on the back of the box, you can see there. There's also a kind of
more of a
chaosy version.
Yeah. My favourite addition to the new release the Games Workshop have released today are the objectives.
Yeah, now to be honest, I was almost as excited for these as I was the box game himself. Now, We just focus on that a little bit. So yep, I think you get seven objectives in the box. There is some ammo crates, a cylinder with a gene stealer in, with clear plastic components on the same sprue, which is some kind of witchcraft.
Yeah.
A computer terminal, a little transmitter, a bomb, because you always need a bomb. And then this dude down here is some kind of like medical servitor weird thing.
Do you know, he reminds me of have you seen the Forge World?
Yes,
Imperial?
for the Astra Militarum.
Yeah, he reminds me of him.
He is cool. And then there's also an escape pod, which is cool. And they mentioned on the community site that the Princeps out of a Titan will fit in there as well, which is pretty cool.
As soon as you mentioned that to me, I was like, I've got to do that.
You could have a guy, it'd be a brilliant objective trying to get this Princeps back where he's ejected out and it's all gone a bit wrong.
Maybe he can't get his seatbelt off.
Maybe he can't, maybe he's just stuck in there. So do you do the honours and crack these open and have a look?
Let's have a look and check out the sprues for these. Check out this magic.
Yeah, this is definitely some dark tech heresy going on. Probably Belisarius Core, I imagine.
He's been busy, hasn't he?
He has been busy, so he's probably developed mixed clear and not clear resin on the same sprue for...
Well, that opened so many doors for new vehicles.
Well, yeah, being able to have windshields in clear plastic on the same frame would be amazing.
For somebody who enjoys painting interior vehicles, I bet you're well keen on that.
Yeah, I've wasted many an hour painting things that you're never going to see again. So, what have we got in here?
So, sprue number 1. Put that on there. So actually, sprue 1 has got the clear plastic. Can we see that?
Yeah, there we go.
So that's like part of the window for the gene stealer. There it is actually.
Oh, that's really cool, isn't it? The really nice sprues, similar in design to the recent scenery kits. I'm a huge fan of the servo hauler and enjoyed painting that. I'm really looking forward to getting these.
Yeah,
painted.
they've really gone with the detail. And you've got that sprue as well.
Oh, that's cool. I love the drop pod kind of design cue on the escape pod as well.
Little keypads and even the bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really, really cool.
Very cool. So you got 2 sprues in there, and then obviously I'm guessing these are the instructions. Yes, they are. Not the most complicated. There isn't too much in the way
I
of.
think you could probably figure out how to put them together without the instructions.
Yeah.
To be fair for these, no bases with them, and you don't have to put them on bases. But we had a cool idea that has also been used by the Warhammer Live guys. Stick them on a base, paint the bases a bright colour, and it just helps you spot the objectives on the battlefield.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
In the past, where we've just used dice, we've often lost where an objective might be sat. So at least it draws your attention to it without taking away from the atmosphere of the game.
Mhm.
Okay, so they're really good. Looking forward to building them up. The final release alongside the book. Well, actually, no, it's not the final release. There is a novel release alongside the book as well.
There is.
The Indominus Crusade and
What's been going on since the Gathering Storm Part 3. I think that's sort of in there as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So in fact, it starts just after the heresy with the fate of Bobby G and a certain purple-suited Primarch who maybe laid him low for 10,000 years.
Yeah.
So we haven't read that yet, but we will have a review come in once we've had a look at it properly.
Mm-hmm.
So the final thing is the tactical objectives. So back in 7th edition 40k, our preferred game was the Maelstrom of War using the objective cards.
Because it mixes things up. It keeps, instead of just I'm just going to shoot the closest enemy unit. It brings a whole new element to the game. ditching and getting new objectives.
Yeah, and there's some familiar faces in here. So we've got Big Game Hunter that we've had in the past. Scour the Skies, take out something with the fly keywords. Domination, control every objective marker, always a tough one, but if you can pull it off, it's worth D3 plus 3 victory points, which is
nice.
Cool. And some new ones as well. So, priority orders received. You generate a tactical objective. If your warlord can achieve it, he gets the points on it and an additional 3. But only your warlord can get that objective.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool.
Very nice.
So yeah, a lot of these are similar to the ones we've had, but obviously they've been updated for the new game.
With all the keywords and such. Yeah.
Awesome. So that was all the new stuff coming out with the game. It's available now, so head down to your Games Workshop and get it if you haven't got it, because it looks awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Check out all our other videos. Make sure you're commenting and following us on all the different social media channels. And we'll be back with you with another Sprues and Brews video very soon.
Have fun.
See you later.